Very rarely you come across books that you can't stop thinking about even after you finish reading it. You feel the characters and the atmosphere so much that your mind starts living in that world. You are so engrossed in that world that you don't want the book to end. You can't find a single point that you disagree with, and you just love everything about that book. A Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth is one of those books. Welcome to today's video. You are watching just one more chapter. This book takes place in 1951 in the post-independence era, and we follow four families throughout a span of 18 months. The first family we read about is the Mehra family. Lata Mehra is a simple and a typical Indian girl who throughout the book is confused as to whom to choose as her husband. She has to make a choice between three prospects, and I won't let you know the names of the prospect because it is kind of spoilery, and it is amazing to experience what the two feel about each other, and it is great to know. But Lata is deeply in love with one of the prospects, but the problem is that the boy is a Muslim, and Lata's mother will never let Lata marry a boy who follows a different religion. So Lata's mother is determined to find a suitable boy for her daughter, and thus begins A Suitable Boy. Then we follow the Kapoor family. Mahesh Kapoor is the head of the family, and Mahesh Kapoor is the revenue minister of India. And throughout this character, we come to know a lot about Indian politics and its working and its corruption and everything. Mahesh Kapoor always finds himself between problems, and one of the problems of his life is his own son, Man Kapoor. Man, though engaged with a suitable girl, falls in love with a woman twice his age named Saidabai. His family is so angry with Man that his father even threatens to disown him. The next family that we read about is the Khan family. Now, in the Khan family, the leading character is Nawab Sahib of Baitar. He is an extremely rich Indian landlord, and he owns a lot of land in India. Throughout this character, I came to know a lot about the Muslim as a religion, Islam as a religion. I didn't know it before reading this book, and all their workings and their laws, their festivals and everything, which I was unaware of, so I came to know a lot about them. Now, Nawab Sahib's son, there are two sons, one is Firoz and another is Imtiaz. So Imtiaz is a doctor. So throughout the Imtiaz character, I came to know a lot about doctors, what are the difficulties of being a doctor and how doctors work and everything. So this book follows a lot of different aspects as well, one being the doctor, another one being the politician Mahesh Kapoor. Lastly comes the Chatterjee family, and I thought Chatterjee family to be a bit peculiar than the rest. One of the members is a poet, another of the member is deeply into spirituality, another one is like she's an extrovert and is in love with a foreigner. Another one is a mean and ignorant person. Another one is their dog, and the dog is also peculiar as he bites everyone that comes in his way. So yeah, this family is a bit peculiar than the rest. The head of the family is Mr. Justice Chatterjee, and he is a judge. Through this character, we come to know a lot about the Indian laws, the Indian court proceedings, and how courts handle certain cases and things like that, the court proceedings and the law of India. Let me tell you a little bit about the things that I liked in this book. Now, there are a lot of things that I liked in this book, and let me go through them one by one. The book is not only about Lata Mehra getting married. Yes, that is the basic plot line which we follow throughout the book, but this book has many plots in it, many subplots in it. One of them being Man and Firoz's friendship, which is extraordinary. I love this aspect as well. And then comes the Zamindari abolition bill, Jawaharlal Nehru aspect, Mahatma Gandhi aspect, about doctors, about rural India, among many others. Writing in this book is amazing. You know how learned Vikram Seth is when you read this book, how learned he is in the English language. The word selection that he does is phenomenal. I love the word he chose, how he wrote beautifully. Amazing writing. Wonderful descriptions is another aspect of the book that I liked very, very much. This book describes India the way it is, the way India is, the India work. We read about the riches of the aristocrats, and at the same time, we read about the suffering of the poor people. Amazing contrast is drawn by Vikram Seth. We read about the holy Ganga, the Indian mythology, superstitions of India, and a lot of other things. And wow, what a wonderful descriptions Vikram Seth draws in the book. Amazing. And I was literally sad when this book ended. I wanted it to last forever. It was so good. Now, being an Indian, I was unaware of so many interesting details and facts about India that Vikram Seth wrote in this book, and I was surprised by knowing them. Now, the book takes place on a time of more than a year, so this book covers all the different festivals of India. We follow Holi, we follow Eid, we follow Diwali, we follow Muharram, and each festival is so wonderfully described. What are the history behind these festivals being celebrated? We know a lot about them. The tensions between Hindus and the Muslims during that time is also explored in this book beautifully. One of the things that I loved in this book is, riots are going on, Hindus are killing Muslims, Muslims are killing Hindus. Between them, Man and Firoz's friendship stays strong. They protect each other from the riot people, and they can actually literally give up their life for each other, and they have so strong a friendship. That aspect I loved a lot. Character development in this book is awesome. It is superb, and you will definitely create a emotional bonding with all of these characters. There are characters that you love, you adore, you want to live with them. Also, there are characters that you will hate and you want them to die. So yeah, but you will create an emotional bonding with them, you will love them. Character development is awesome. Lata and her mother's relationship is like a typical Indian mother and daughter relationship. Like they can fight all day, all afternoon, all evening, but in the night they will spend about a minute together to sort of fix things up. Like it is very relatable. And Lata's mother is just like my mother. Now, you may think that there are so many characters, so it will be hard to keep a track on. No, you are wrong. I could relate and I could follow up the story just after reading about 40 to 50 pages, so it is very easy to get into. There are a lot of references to classic books, like Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet, and Hamlet, and Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, the Iliad, Odyssey, Twelfth Night, and a lot of classic references. And I couldn't get most of the references as I am not a classic reader, but if you are a classic reader, you will enjoy them. There are plays throughout the novel where Lata plays, and so many classic references. Now, Vikram Seth is a poet as well, right? His first book was a collection of poems, and throughout this book he has scattered the poems around, and it is wonderful to read them. I can literally talk about this book for the whole day and not get tired. I love this book so much. It is one of my favorite reads of 2020, and I would suggest this book if you want to read a novel that you cannot forget for the rest of your life. Get this book. You will never forget about this book. This is so awesome of a book. If you want to learn about India in general and how India came into being as independent after British rule left India, get this one. It describes India beautifully in these 1500 pages. Don't worry, it may look monstrous, but it is not. Believe me, you will enjoy it to the fullest. Every page is worth the read. And you know what? The beauty of this book is I couldn't find a single point that I disliked in this book. I mean, I'm sorry, but really I couldn't find any point that I thought that, if this point would have been better, I would have enjoyed it more. I couldn't find any point like that. And maybe I should apologize for it, but maybe not, because I enjoyed this book so much. So please get this book if you haven't yet. So yeah, thank you for watching this video today. I hope you liked my video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And till then, order a copy of A Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth, and it will keep you company for the rest of your life. Please get this one. I love this book.